Hey guys, Jack here, today bringing you some domination and good ideas. What the hell does that mean, Jack, you blithering idiot? Well, we've got some sexy domination gameplay using the AK-12 and also picking up the M8 on a couple of occasions. That thing, by the way, if you can get it and you play carefully with it, you can go on absolutely crazy kill streaks. Of course, I'm talking about the M8 50 cal sniper rifle battle pickup that you can get. It's always a one-shot kill. When you've got this thing in BF4, you could shoot an enemy's eyelash off and it would count as a kill. It's that good. Also, I'm rolling with the AK-12 on burst fire mode. Now, did you know that this weapon had a burst fire mode? I bet most people didn't actually realise this. It's fantastic though in this mode, and it actually fires faster when it's in burst fire mode than when it's in fully automatic mode. So if you tap fire this thing and keep it on target, you can just drop people in no time at all. It's an absolute beast of an assault rifle. So what are the good ideas about? Well, later on in the video I will be talking about some ideas that people have had for improving Battlefield 4 based on the time they've played the beta. Obviously it's coming to an end now, so we're going to throw those around a bit later on in the video. Moving on, a couple of videos ago I mentioned that I was actually using a new mouse. Shock horror. The comments went mad. Everyone was like, OMG Jack, you're not using a Microsoft IntelliPoint 3.0 anymore. Why? What's the world come to? Did Microsoft piss you off? Is that why you're not using it? Well, no. The reason is a lack of availability, or that's one of the reasons. I actually ordered a new 3.0 from a Amazon shop and also from an eBay shop. They arrived and it turned out that they were both fake. And of course the 3.0 isn't in production anymore. Microsoft don't make it anymore, so getting an actual genuine one is very hard. So even if I bought one from Amazon and eBay and it turned up and it could be real, could be fake, it would always be in the back of my mind that, you know, I haven't bought this from Microsoft or I haven't bought it from a store. It's probably a knockoff and it isn't going to perform as well as it should do. It's pretty crazy, I know, but that's just the way I feel. Also, to get 500 Hz on a 3.0, which is essentially overclocking your mouse so it has a faster input time, requires Windows 7 and Windows 8 to be ran in test mode, and also to sign some drivers, which is always a pain. And I just didn't really want to deal with that anymore. So I've gone with a Death Adder 2013 Optical 4G edition. This is the closest thing to the shape of the 3.0. I got it, I whacked the DPI down to 400, 500 Hz is actually built in on the mouse, so it's got its own firmware. And it took a bit of getting used to, but I've been using it a month now and I'm pretty comfortable with it. Getting used to hitting those reaction shots again, the muscle memory's coming back, it's getting pretty good. It's a little bigger than the 3.0 is, but the grip on it is really good. You know, it doesn't get too slippy. It's got these little grippy parts on the side. The thumb buttons are pretty good too, and the sensor on it is great. You can really be very accurate, and overall I'm very happy with my purchase. So for those people that were asking, that's the mouse that I'm using now, the Death Adder 2013 Optical 4G edition. As I said, I will actually be doing another full setup video, which will be coming out soon, I promise. So yesterday I took part in a Battlefield 4 beta 32 versus 32 conquest match, which was pretty awesome. This was organised by Level BF, and it was on a private server that we all had access to. Everyone was on TeamSpeak, 64 people. Each team had a team leader, and we were put into squads, each with their own roles. So there was like air, anti-air, tank, infantry. We were told where to hold on the map, and this was so much fun. There were a lot of competitive players involved, also some community members. Very fun and a very well organised event as well. Level BF actually do a whole host of great competitive events, and although, you know, I don't see the esports component of BF4 on 32 versus 32, I think rather it's going to be 5v5 conquest small or diffuse, which I'm really looking forward to trying out, by the way, for like prize tournaments and LAN events. I still think that 32v32 is a lot of fun, and you should totally get involved with it. If you've never played in like an organised 32v32 game, it's really where you can see the potential of Battlefield 4, when each team has squads with a role and an overall commander telling them what to do. There's just nothing else like it, really. It's very tactical, and it's just a fantastic experience. If you want to get involved with that sort of stuff, you should definitely check out levelbf.com for more information. If you want to get involved in further events, you know, they do smaller competitions if 32v32 isn't your thing. I think they're also looking at doing console competitions too, which is fantastic for those guys. So finally, we're on to these great ideas, and this is just stuff that I've seen around the internet, people's feedback on the beta, and how they think the game can be improved on launch. So the Skyscraper, something I've mentioned in a video before. It's far too easy to bring this thing down. Go on the lake, you can just shoot at it with a tank or an RPG, and it's gone. The level completely changes, and it's actually pretty bad. So this dude on Reddit actually had the idea to make an MCOM inside the building. So my spin on it is you have to take the 4 pillars out on the outside, as you do at the moment. After that's done, in the lobby area of the building, an MCOM appears which is usable, so you can attack or you can defend it. So if one team can't get control of the C flag, what they can do is go to the lobby and actually try and plant that MCOM and explode it, and that ultimately would bring the tower down. Of course, the people that control the C flag can defend it and can also defuse the bomb if it gets planted. So that would be quite an interesting mix of conquest and rush, which I think would be really cool. They actually have something like this on the Zavod 311 map. So when I went to Eurogamer, I got to play the new map, Zavod 311, on Xbox One. And the Levolution event in that is this big chimney in the middle of the map that falls down, and it breaks a load of the scaffolding and opens up like a new area underneath the map. To blow the chimney up, you've got to go into the central factory building, and there's actually like a little nuclear bomb in there with a timer on it, and there's like a laptop. You go up to the laptop and you arm the bomb. Now, from what I remember, one of the DICE guys told me it's a 2-minute timer, and at any point anyone can go in and stop the timer. So it's like a back and forth. So they've got that mechanic working in Obliteration and Conquest already, so why not put something like that in to the Siege of Shanghai map to make the destruction of the Skyscraper just a bit more purposeful and a bit more tactical. I think that would be so cool if they had that sort of thing. What's also been suggested is that when you're playing as Recon, you can cycle through the ranges on the scope, so you can zero it. So it goes up in increments like 200, 300, 400, 600, 800, 1000. But you have to go all the way through it before you can get back to 0, which can be quite annoying at times. Say you're 0 to 200 and you want to quickly switch back to 0. You've got to go all the way through to get back to 0. So someone suggested just holding V on the keyboard, and that would clear the range back to 0. So that'd be a better way of just resetting it if you quickly needed to do that. Also, another thing I'd like to see in the game, separate aim down the sight sensitivity. This is something that I've wanted for a very long time in BF3, and it's still not implemented in BF4, but it's something that's requested an awful lot on Battlelog, on Twitter, on Reddit. Many other shooters have this now, and Battlefield 4 needs it, in my opinion. It'd be nice when you're playing as infantry to be able to adjust the ADS sensitivity as well as the main mouse sensitivity, so have them on separate sliders so you can really tweak it how you want to have it. Obliteration Mode, obviously they added that to the beta, and it's still relatively new. When it started, there was no timer, so the games would go on literally for an hour and they'd just be dragged out and boring. People would just disconnect. But now they added a 20-minute timer, which is great. But how else can Obliteration be improved? So some suggestions: more random locations for the bomb to spawn, which would be good. I think it's very easy to camp the locations. I think this is about 3 right now where it can spawn, and it's just a bit too predictable. A longer time for the bomb to explode when it's been armed. I mean, I think it feels like about 10 seconds at the moment, which is crazy fast, and it doesn't really give the people trying to defuse the bomb much of a chance at all, unless they get some kills really quickly. So maybe 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds for the timer. Also, the bomb carrier icon, I think that's got to be a lot smaller, and maybe it should update in like increments rather than always showing the enemy on the map where the guy with the bomb is. So maybe every 5 seconds it comes up on your 3D map or your mini map to say where he is. Also, the icons, like I said, far too big and they get in the way. Even when your teammates have the bomb, say your teammate's got the bomb, he's running in front of you, and an enemy appears over his shoulder in front of him, and that's just really hard to see because the big bomb icon is actually covering that enemy up, so you can't accurately shoot at them. So just a few ideas there for improving the game. I'd like to know your ideas in the comments. From your experiences, how do you think the game could be improved for release? Is there something that maybe you think that not a lot of other people think? Share your opinion, even if it's an uncommon one, let's say. Going to start wrapping things up now. If you haven't seen, there's an EU versus US showdown for Battlefield 4 coming up on November the 1st, and this is going to be on Xbox One. Gamers and YouTubers from all over the world and different peeps have been involved to play for either the US or the EU and take part in a show match on Battlefield 4. Apparently it's going to be on the Second Assault DLC. Operation Metro, from looking at the artwork that we've seen, so that's going to be the first time that we're seeing that map, but it looks like it's going to be a very interesting and fun promotional event that's going to be streamed, so make sure you check that out November the 1st. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more details coming up on that. I wanted to mention as well the latest patch for the beta, which I think is patch number 3, apparently has massively improved performance on Windows 7. I've seen quite a few people on Twitter talking about it. Also my friend Tommy Rage, he's on Windows 7. He says that it's completely changed the game with the latest patch, and it's actually pretty playable now. So if you're on Windows 7 and you stop playing because of the performance, go back to it now, check it out. That's about it for today, folks. Plenty of action-packed videos coming up this week. I'm working on some new DayZ stuff, a class guide for Battlefield 4, a Battlefield Moments type video, and also my rejected video projects, which I think are going to be very fun to watch. Stay tuned, guys. Leave a rating. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.